Hi guys, it's Elaine here, the Animal Reiki Lady, and are we ready for a reading? I know everybody's ready for a reading. I've been sensing this for a long time, and it's been a while since I've done an actual reading, and so I am happy to share this one with you. This is for Freddy, and this was such a beautiful, it was more than a reading. This was a session where we connected, and I can't wait to share this with you. So if you guys want this kind of connection, the person who asked for the reading for Freddy wanted more than just a reading. She wanted me to check in with the kitty cats who were left behind. So Freddy crossed to the other side. I want to say Freddy was 17. Freddy crossed to the other side, and 2 kitty cats are left at home. And she asked me to check in with them, and the most amazing experience with those cats and with Freddy as well. But first of all, for those of you who are catching me for the first time, my name's Elaine. I'm an Animal Reiki Master. I help people heal after the loss of a pet, and I help people prepare for the loss of a pet, but more importantly, I just help people create deep healing connections with the animals in their life, the ones that are here and the ones that are on the other side. And as part of that, unexpectedly, I am able to make connections with animals on the other side, and I like to share that information with you to help you manage and work through the grief, and to help you know that there's nothing to fear, that there's nothing to be afraid of, that I understand your sense of loss. And in fact, I do want to bring that up real quick before we start with Freddy. I'm going to bring up loss. For those of you, I had someone reach out to me who told me that they were just drowning in grief, that it was affecting their mental health. And so I'm not a mental health provider, but I want to let you know that there are plenty of resources. There are so many people out there who understand and who want to be able to help you work through this. So in addition to these little videos where I hope you find comfort and peace, know that there are others you can contact. So I made a little list here. I think I put them, they're on the homepage for YouTube, my homepage. But you can look these up online. Lap of Love or Caring Pathways. Both of those are organizations that come to people's homes to help them with the crossing of their animal, but they also have all kinds of resources on their website to help you through. Your local animal shelter. So here in Denver, we have the Denver Dumb Friends League, and we also have like the Foothills Animal Shelter. There are a couple different places. They have local groups that can help you work through and manage some of the grief the intense grief that comes along with the loss of an animal companion. And then if you're on Instagram at all, I love this person. The name of the account is called the Pet Loss Psychologist. She is a psychologist who specializes in grief and counseling for those who have lost animals. So I encourage you, if you need additional help beyond just the comfort of these videos, I encourage you to seek out those folks who have amazing resources to help you through this. All right, so let's talk about Freddy. This was so cool. Freddy's human was concerned that the 2 kitty cats that were left behind were experiencing a bit of depression and grief. And as part of my animal Reiki practice, we do that. We help work with animals who are experiencing grief, and we use the system of Reiki to help kind of ease that grief. And I know from experience that most cats do not experience grief. They are so in touch with spirit and so in touch with Source, Buddha, God, Allah, the universe, whatever you want to call it. They know when their animal companions cross to the other side. They're fully aware that they're still connected. You may see, it's your cat who may actually look off into the corner as if they're looking at somebody. They know. So most cats don't experience that grief. But I really did get a sense of grief from these 2 kitty cats. So what I normally do is go into a meditation, and I automatic write. You can see my scrawling all over my book. I go into a meditation, I quiet my mind, I open my heart space, I invite the animal companion to join me. Sometimes multiple animals will come through, but I've asked for a little animal gatekeeper to kind of send through to me the animal that I want to connect with. But in this case, I had this, even now, I had this amazing sense of grief. A really, really deep sense of grief came through to me from these 2 kitties. And it may be because more than one cat has crossed recently. There have been other cats in this household This woman is beautiful and bringing in all of these and offering the most beautiful, peaceful homes to these cats. But I did have an overwhelming sense of grief. It had me crying, like, it was intense crying, um, as if they took me on their journey with them, their journey of grief. And so when I feel that way, I go into gratitude. I think about something. Now, Freddy Freddy was just one badass cat. That's the only way I can say it. Freddy was very cool. Freddy was the most amazing cat. I had a chance to know Freddy in person. I had a chance to more than once to connect with Freddy in person, and Freddy was a very cool cat. And so I think of that. I go into my heart space and I remind these two cats of the same thing, to think about the most fun they ever had with Freddy. And it kind of turns things around so that things move, they kind of shift from a place of grief and needing to be consoled to a place of peace and calm and happiness and joy, even thinking about some of those memories. And that's when Freddy popped in. So right at that moment is when Freddy popped in. And what did I see? So Freddy was he was a pretty big boy, but I got a sense from the other side that Freddy had stepped into his higher self. And he was very strong and very muscular, almost like a jaguar. I pictured him as being strong and lean and muscular and lithe. And yeah, that's it gave me chills to picture Freddy in this way. He was like a black jaguar, very, very muscular, muscles ripping, and it was very rippling. Is that the word I'm going for? So what else did I write here? That he was so strong. He had stepped into his strength. He was truly in his higher self. And the message that he has is that that he's all throughout your house now. That strength is everywhere. That strength is everywhere in your house. It's like he has embraced your home with his powerful protection and his strength and his grounding and his stability that has never been there before, and that you can sense that. So when you see this video for Freddy's Human, he is all around you. His strength is everywhere, and he thinks that you already know this. You can feel his presence everywhere. It envelops the whole house, and it's glowing. So has there been a glow around your house? A glow coming through windows? A glow, a reflection in mirrors? I catch that too, that there is an unusual reflection in the mirror. Perhaps that you can see him in the mirror and that you feel him all around you. And the cats do too. They know. Maybe it's them who are even glowing with his strength and his power. Something about the windows. Let's go back to this. Glass, stained glass, windows. Some of this just keeps coming through to me even right now. There is something unusual going on with the way the light is reflecting off of crushed glass. What is that? Hang on a second while I just... Okay, there's a flower. There is stained glass. There is crushed glass. And it's reflecting off of these cubes. I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that, but something about the windows, the mirror, and my friendly crow is right here. I don't know if you guys can hear him. I haven't fed him breakfast yet, and he's so hungry, so I'm going to have to go out there and feed him. The windows, a mirror, and glowing and strength. So he is like a cat warrior right now. That came through for me also. He is like a kitty cat warrior guarding your home. And they saw him. Your cats have seen him. Your cats have seen him. They know that he's there. They sense his strength. I'm just gonna... There was a lot of laughter through tears. There was a lot of emotion that came through. I did write that down. Laughter through tears. Your cats are amazed that they can actually sense his strength the way that they do. Now, there was a funny part to this, because there was a cat who crossed before, and that cat, well, I could just picture him just the opposite. He was actually being very lazy and very relaxed and very just chill, while Freddy's being all warrior. This cat is like looking at his nails, examining how sharp they are. Anyhow, I don't know where that came from, but so there are some hijinks going on in your house too. So that's the other thing that came through, was that The cats are all playing together. The cat's on the other side and the cat's here. So there's some stuff going on in your house, and let me know. I would love to know if there is any electrical interference of some kind. So there's going to be interference with electricity. There's going to be interference with technology. I hate when that happens, but that's what I get the sense of, that there's interference with technology, and that Freddy is all throughout your house. And let's see if there's anything else I wanted to write down here other than he's muscular. He shows off to them. He shows off to them. That's where some of the laughter through tears comes from. And it really has relieved their sadness. So I hope that you have seen a shift in the kitty cats after this reading as well, because it has shifted things for them too. So that's what I wanted to share for the reading from Freddy. So what's the reading that Freddy has for everybody? Because the way that I like to do this is to offer human companion some insight into what life is like on the other side with their animal companion. Really cool to know that Freddy has surrounded your whole house with his powerful protection. And what else? So for everybody, what do animals want us to know? They want us to know that we can have that grounding power and strength, that all we need to do, if we are feeling disconnected, if we're feeling misunderstood, if we're feeling like nobody knows us like they knew us, that we can tap into their strength, we can tap into their power. What is this crow? He's crowing like crazy outside. What is he trying to tell me? He is trying to, this is really, well, if you're ready to go down the rabbit hole with me, this is something that you can do. You can actually ask to see through their eyes. So if you want to know what your animal companion is feeling, this is an exercise we did this morning in the School of Animal Mystics. For those of you who may be interested in really exploring this a little bit further, we did a meditation this morning where we kind of just went inside and we began to experience things with our senses. So I actually was using the crow as my guide. You can use any animal that you choose to, whatever animal comes to mind here on the other side. And what we can do is just quiet our mind, go quiet for a moment, feel love in your heart, and then begin to feel their senses. If you were a cat, what would it feel like? What would it feel like for kitty cat paws to be touching the floor? Feel that for yourself. What would it feel like inside their beautiful fur? What would it feel like to purr? What would it feel like to smell their food the way that they do? Such a unique, beautiful smell. Welcome their senses. And then what would it feel like to see things through their eyes? Feel their strength, feel their cunning, feel their power, feel their love. And as you lean into this, imagine that it flows all through your body, that you and they are one. And then you will know that they have never left you. They will not ever leave you, because you can come back to this anytime you choose. This is so unexpected for me. I did not expect to share this with you guys. But you can actually, through their senses, understand what it is like to truly be one with them, and then let them into your heart. Feel them in your heart like you've never felt them before. And you'll know that just because they have left their physical body and left their presence with you, their physical presence with you, that they have not truly left you, and you can connect with them any time you choose. Wow, that was unexpected, and anybody who wants to give that a try, I would love to hear your comments and see if you've made that kind of connection. And of course, if you want to join me in the School of Animal Mystics, you're more than welcome to. I'll post the link, as always, in the comments below. But otherwise, for now, I hope you enjoyed the reading with Freddy, and I hope wherever you are in the world, you have a beautiful, amazing morning, afternoon, or evening. And until the next video, may animals light your way. Take care, friends.